my boy Bukayo Saka is back. He's going to absolutely toast them. I know they keep telling me, Vini Jr., Mbappe this, Vini Jr. that, Valverde this. Have they made Declan Rice? Have they?
You cannot. Bro, end the episode. No. Please. Please. Please.
Hold on.
No, Nyaash. The echelon of football. You dare mention the likes of Saka alongside Mbappe and Vini Jr.? How dare you?
Hold on.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Wildcard. Of course, my name is Brian Waudo, joined by
Venant, the best FPL manager in town.
And of course, Nyaash the Jabroni Slayer, representing millions and millions of Arsenal fans.
All right, guys, how has your week been, man?
Good. I can't complain much. Arsenal got back in action. I mean, we beat some Jabronis midweek. Then we drew with others. Tukaibiwa Kamaka, PGM well.
Always complaining.
Doing the thing. We don't complain. We just state.
Yes.
And of course, again, Tasker. It's been a bittersweet weekend for me, by the way. I don't even know which part was sweet. It's been a bitter weekend.
For me, it was entertaining. It was nice, from local football to F1 to sevens to the boring Manchester derby. Like, everything was just nice. I was entertained and I'm happy.
Oh, the sweet part was the sevens.
The sevens, getting to the final of the Singapore.
Absolutely.
Right, fair enough. I had a lackluster weekend, of course. I didn't even make it to fan zone. Been sick all over the weekend.
No shit.
Yeah, man. Hii kitu ya kufanya
Gonna COVID. Is it the flu that is doing rounds?
No. I'm getting better. Although my teams cannot help me get better in any way. Their performances on the pitch. But other than that, I've been good.
We're like Thanos, fine. I'll do it myself.
He's sick and tired of Manchester United.
I think so.
And it's really getting to you now.
I have so many teams, by the way, but at the end of the day, the team that sickens me most, of course, is Manchester United. And of course, kama kawaida, every week, question of the week, Pale, is, of course, when is the last time that Man United won away at St. James's Park? Type it up in the YouTube comments, and of course you get a chance to get a shout out next week, because this weekend we do go away to St. James's Park.
Keep on chatting, guys.
You know, the last time we won there, it was a 4-1 victory, by the way.
No kidding.
Imagine. But you have no idea how long ago it was.
How long that was?
For real.
You have no idea. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Guess what Isak is doing? Waiting up for you.
So type up the answer in the YouTube comments and to get a chance to get a shout out next week's episode. Otherwise, guys, back to usual, back to football basics. The La Liga title race is what is most exciting. Premier League, we know it's done and dusted, even though there's bumps on the road. PSG have already been crowned champions in of course, the Liga. Serie A is still ongoing, Inter Napoli head to head. But the La Liga run is what is crazy.
And you, Real Madrid, not Real Madrid. I don't want to talk about Real Madrid because Real Madrid.
Elite.
Later on this week as we're shooting today. But them drawing with Betis. I kind of didn't see it coming, but then I remembered the aura of Anthony. You cannot get past that.
I knew El Tigre had something for me. I knew.
And I saw him looking at. There's a video of him looking around. I don't know if it's the pitch or like.
No. He's looking for any player who can match to his level at Barcelona. And there's none.
He could not see any. But he must be blind because Lamine Yamal was there.
Imagine.
But it's been a good outing for them. I still feel like they're the favorites, man. Even despite the draw, they drew and then Atletico drew. Madrid got beat, so it's not that big.
No, Atletico actually won last minute, 2-1 against Sevilla. They won against Sevilla. Yes.
Yeah, but I still think there's some distance off from Barcelona. I still feel like they're the favorites.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
As a Madrid fan, going into the season once again, more confident of the Champions League than the league itself.
You better.
More confident of the Champions League, because I think as a Madrid fan this season, there's only one game I've watched where I felt like we played to our maximum best. And that was the comeback against Dortmund in the league phase. And that was still in the Champions League, not even in La Liga.
Not in the league.
5-2. The 5-2. And that was because Dortmund were 2-0 up at some point. So Vini had to turn into, prime Vini. Vini that was playing with Benzema, But at the end of the day, apart from that, Vini has been lackluster this season ever since he came back from injury. Right now, I'm also sus on him being the major penalty taker of the club. I think it should be Mbappe Mbappe or
So what he
Modric.
did against Valencia.
Yeah, I think
right.
it should be Mbappe or
You guys
Modric.
you guys-
Because against Atletico, he skies the penalty.
Yep.
Against Valencia this time, he tries to go low.
Yep.
Mamadashvili tells him, hey,
Come on,
I
man.
be a boy.
Yeah.
So
But ilikuwa penalty ya wizi nonetheless.
What do you mean?
Yeah, ilikuwa penalty ya wizi.
Actually, it should have been a red card on the Valencia defender because Mbappe, he was the last man on Mbappe.
Mbappe is actually the one who tackled his leg onto the defender.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Mbappe is running to shoot the ball.
Come on, man.
He doesn't have time to look at the defender's legs.
No way. No, I saw that. I'm like, it's actually true what they say. I see ununua titles.
No.
Because what the hell
No.
was that?
No.
And
No.
everybody said that without a shadow of a doubt, like it's a goddamn
way.
pen after going to VAR.
No way.
Come on, man.
No way.
No chance in hell. No one it was saved, man. And then again, Hugo Duro, I understand he's your nemesis.
Yes.
He loves scoring against Real Madrid.
Mbaya sana. Look at that bullet header in the last minute.
Yeah, got me thinking like, are they kind of shaking their boots because of what they're up against during the week? I don't know.
No,
What is it?
You see, Madrid can shake their boots over lackluster teams that have no Champions League.
And they get beat by them. What have Valencia
Valencia actually have a Champions League to their name.
What have Valencia
Valencia actually have a...
in La Liga?
Yes.
Valencia wako wapi?
They have a league title as well in La Liga. I mean, what are you saying? I have La Liga folklore in my mind. I know these things.
They're in the second page of
Bottom half.
Yeah,
Yes,
bottom
they're
half.
actually fighting relegation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, hasn't it been the season of Madrid? This season, as a Madrid fan, watching our games, I nearly get heart attacks because it's easy to score against Madrid this season. It is so easy to score against Madrid.
See?
Yeah.
And that's why I think this season Madrid gets nothing this season.
Really?
They finish this season with nothing.
Because Copa del Rey final is
get-
Clasico.
Yeah.
They're
Barcelona have
already
smacked you.
9-2 up on us on aggregate.
Exactly. They have smashed you every time they have met you this season. In the league, you're getting smashed. Barcelona look like they're walking away with it.
Yes.
In the Champions League, you're getting smashed by the Arsenal.
Let's go back.
I don't see how you win anything.
Let's go back to.
Let's focus on La Liga.
Let's go back to Real Madrid.
Yes.
For guys who are watching, he's also a Real Madrid fan. And he's also
Yeah.
an Arsenal fan.
Yes.
So there's that, you understand. Him is a Real Madrid fan. And I'm an Arsenal fan. But going towards this weekend, I was very confident that Real Madrid are using the weekend game to improve. It's like a warm-up for Arsenal. But if you watch that game, you guys were dominating. Like, it looked like the game wasn't at the
Santiago
Bernabeu.
Bernabeu.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys were horrible.
Not only that,
And I'm being polite.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
were horrible. And also we are seeing fatigue start to kick in, especially with your defense, because the manner it's not just Real Madrid conceding goals,
Venant.
it's the manner in which you guys are conceding goals.
Venant, that is not fatigue. It has happened since August 1st, since the season started.
Yeah.
Madrid are simply conceding too many goals. It has happened since season 1.
Yeah.
And I keep saying it. Don't get me wrong. Perez has done. I can't question Don Perez's recruitment.
Okay.
You look at that midfield. You have Tchouameni, you have Camavinga, you have Modric who's running his legs down. You have Ceballos who's injured, and you have Fede Valverde.
Yeah.
But none of them can pass the ball like Cruz.
Yeah.
Once Cruz was a ball protector. Cruz knew what to do with the ball.
Facts.
So at the end of the day, Tchouameni is there to disrupt play. Fede Valverde is there as a workhorse. So is Camavinga.
Yeah.
None of them have the guile that Cruz had. None of them
That brings
had that
us
guile.
to, and this is why, and they were so right when they tried to do this.
Yes.
There's only one person who can save Real Madrid now, as far as what you're talking about is concerned.
Ceballos.
Mbappe.
Bruno Fernandes. Swear down.
Don't you dare! don't start.
Go to Manchester
Don't
United.
start.
Go
Don't
to Manchester United. Get yourself some Bruno. Then all your issues are saved.
I don't think they'll get him.
Yeah,
don't
I think so,
they'll get
man.
him. I don't think he's leaving anytime soon.
Also, still on Real Madrid,
Yes.
how do you guys feel about the penalty incident, or how you guys take the penalties? Would you rather have somebody who is a regular penalty taker like a Gerrard, or do you guys prefer this system where today it's Vinicius, tomorrow it's Mbappe, the other time it's...
Now, for those guys who are not integrated into Madrid folklore like I am, there's a reason why even Ancelotti substituted him off during the second leg extra time.
Okay.
Because he saw he had already skied that first penalty.
Vinny.
So, Vinny had skied that first penalty.
Yeah.
And after missing the penalty against Valencia, it is quite clear Mbappe has not missed a Real Madrid penalty this season. Give him the goddamn job.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the guy.
So they switch between Vinny and Mbappe.
Yeah.
It's always a switch up.
And also Mbappe has numbers to it, numbers to him. That's 34 goals and 5 assists
In
in
season
46 appearances. Clearly there is somebody who's carrying the team when you look at Real Madrid.
Yes.
It's unfortunate this episode.
Episode?
Yeah, usilambe hizo vitu.
This episode will premiere after you have played against Real Madrid.
No. we have a hardworking production team. Episode
Oh, really?
Kesho 2 p.m. At Biggie knows.
All right.
Hey.
Mbappe. All right. They keep telling us about Mbappe, Vinny Jr., how they're going to come and lay the smacketh down on our candy asses in the Emirates.
Yes.
Mbappe has met Saliba before. What happened?
We'll get to him. Champions League inakuja.
Okay.
Yes.
Save it. I know the agenda you want to run. Save it. We're done with Madrid. Let's talk about the other Madrid side, or rather our rivals, our El Clasico rivals, Barcelona. I still think they're going for the league is theirs.
Yeah.
As much as it's a 4-point gap, we still have to play them away.
Yeah.
Away. It's going to be a difficult task.
Camp Nou.
They came to Santiago and gave us 4.
Yeah.
Bro.
Proper spanking, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a difficult game. I'm not saying we're going to get beat, because you never know what happens in the El Clasico. But at the end of the day, chances are we might not do so well in that game.
I mean, it would be embarrassing. That would be like how many times you've met Barcelona and gotten slapped.
This season, so far, we can meet. It'll be the third El Clasico.
It's the third in the league.
Because the fourth one will be the Copa del Rey final, and the fifth one could be the Champions League final.
Well, that's a big could.
Yeah.
But
because Barcelona won't be there. I know.
Now you're moving like a clever jabroni. Jabronis are not clever. All right, but I mean, in the league, I don't see how, if they came to Santiago and punked us, for La Liga, I can talk about us when I'm saying Real Madrid.
Okay.
Going to Camp Nou, bro, if they maintain the same squad that they had, chief, I don't see
how. You think Lucas Vazquez can deal with the Rafinha right now?
Buddha.
Hell no.
You get absolutely toasted.
Hell no.
I mean, I know Saliba has not met Lamine Yamal, but Nigerian team.
No, he met him in the Euros semi-final.
Who?
Lamine Yamal and Saliba, Euros, last year, July.
Now that's Saliba, the centre back.
Yes.
I wanted to say Lamine Yamal has not met Timber, because that's the only time they meet, all right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Oh my God.
Agenda must agenda.
Oh my God. Anyway, continue.
How can you compare a winger and a centre back?
Continue.
But in the league, though, I don't see how you go to Camp Nou and win.
Yeah.
I think last season we went there and we won courtesy of Jude Bellingham.
Yes.
I don't see how that's going to happen again, especially if we are as frail as we are at the back.
With the flick ball.
Yeah, because you seem so open and stuff like that at the back, seem so weak, and the attack is super strong.
Yeah.
I don't see a chance, bro.
The only critic I would give to Barcelona is fatigue is also catching up to us. And
On the depth.
Yeah, like a good example is the weekend fixture versus Betis. That's a sure win and a clean sheet. But when you look at...
But when you add Anthony there, it's a whole different ball.
Yeah, not
I understand. But
Betis won beaten for 20 plus games coming into this game.
When you look
all
at
competitions,
you look at the week, we have UCL going on over there. Rafinha, top scorer, goal and assist.
Yeah.
And also La Liga, that's a good thing. Copa del Rey, we've secured the final. It's versus Real Madrid. And now it's like a game less. It's like a tournament like we cannot think about at the moment, because you're focused on the Champions League, which is versus BVB.
Yes.
BVB, to me, I'm also a BVB fan, is one of those teams you cannot underrate, you cannot underestimate. Because that's how they reached the Champions League final. Now, Barcelona being a better team, I expect Barcelona to cruise through. As far as Champions League is concerned, as far as
the
league is concerned, just concede few goals or no goals at all.
But you're scoring.
Because we're scoring. We already have a system.
It's too high.
It's too high. We already have a system of scoring a lot of goals. Now let's work on a system of now defending. It need to Barcelona juice here with Xavi that they had the record of the fewest goals conceded in a season.
Yes.
So it can happen again. Yeah.
Any chance for Atleti? Ama hii ilienda kitambo.
Nah.
Atleti.
Ilienda
I
kitambo.
mean, they're not like truly out, because they have like, what is it, 60 points? And Barcelona, I think, are on 66.
Yeah, but 2 months ago, Madrid was 7 points clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
How times change.
And
right
it's
now,
crazy.
4
Like,
points behind.
These guys were flying high early on in the season. Then they had a dip. Then they have come back now, and they're still on a high compared to these other teams.
Yes.
I don't feel like they dip again.
It's crazy. No one is going to take that high away from them.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
Speaking of highs, of course, over the weekend, SportPesa crowned 2 millionaires. One got away with 14 million on the mega jackpot, got 13 out of 13 correct. And another, of course, got 16 out of 17, walked away with 8 million.
8 million. God damn. Well done, man. Well done.
But seriously, guys, that tells you, and there's also been a statistics that has come out that says Kenyans averagely, one Kenyan spends about 2,000 per month in terms of betting and gambling.
No kidding.
So I think if I'm to spend 2,000 a month to get 410 million, I'm taking that deal. I'm taking that deal.
Yeah.
Paybill number is 955 100. Account number ni phone number yako. All you need is 99 bob. Not even the whole 2,000.
No.
And you get 410 million. Take that deal right now.
All day, every day.
Na hiyo pesa
Yeah.
na hiyo pesa inaanza na Champions League. When you put money on us.
Guys, anyone listening to this episode, go to SportPesa right now. The app is on Play Store and the App Store. Real Madrid Kichwa at the Emirates. Real Madrid Kichwa.
Don't listen to it. Don't listen. Don't listen. If you saw Real Madrid getting beat at home by Valencia, you know.
And you see, that's the problem, Nyaash. You are confident of getting a result against a Madrid side that just lost over the weekend. They are injured. They are hurting. They are humiliated. They lost to a relegation side, and now they're coming to face the best number 2 in the world.
Bro, I'm humiliated as well.
Why?
I am injured.
Why?
I have 4 guys who are
You
for the
deal
rest of
with
the season.
Fulham. That's expected.
Fulham?
Yes.
What do you mean Fulham?
It's a derby.
No, I beat Fulham.
No, I mean, you deal with Everton. Yeah, at Goodison Park.
Now you're making sense.
It's expected.
You're sounding like a jabroni right now. Hold it.
Back to the phone.
I'm hurting as well.
Yes.
I am embarrassed.
Why are you hurting?
Let me tell you why I'm
You're
hurting.
always the confident guy for Arsenal here, so tell me how you'll beat Madrid.
Let me tell you why I'm hurting.
Yes.
So that you can see we have equal measures as far as hurting and embarrassing is concerned, even on their end. I'm embarrassed, first of all, because I was supposed to be winning this league.
Okay.
Right? I was supposed to be winning this league.
KPL. Okay, continue.
That's not playing KPL. It's London in Kenya for you. I was supposed to be winning this league.
Yes.
All right? When Manchester City are capitulating, I'm supposed to be taking advantage of it. Now we have some jabronis from Merseyside who are walking away with it with like 4 games to go. That was supposed to be me.
And Everton twerked for them over the weekend as well.
Absolutely. That was supposed to be me, not them. So I'm embarrassed for that. I'm also hurting because I got so many guys who are out. My star boy was out for 2 months. 101 days.
But Nyaash,
if he was not injured by then, maybe it would be a different story. I have guys who are out for the rest of the season. 4 of them.
Okay.
2 of them, key players. How many guys in Madrid are out for the rest of the season?
Who and who? Who and who?
Gabriel Magalhaes, the bad man.
Yes.
Kai Havertz is a key cog for me.
Nyaash.
Yeah.
Injuries are part of the game.
I know.
Injuries are part.
But does not stop you from getting hurt.
Injuries are part of the game.
Why are Madrid hurting?
Besides,
Madrid are hurting because of the injuries.
You're hurting because you haven't won the league. Nyaash, every opportunity you've been given to leapfrog Liverpool, you have fumbled before even they kick a ball.
So does not stop me from hurting, so I should not be hurting.
You've been hurting since August. Heal, bro. Heal. Move on. Heal. Move on. All I want is to tell me any confidence you gain from the Madrid loss that Arsenal can go into the first leg.
Madrid, first of all, they seem vulnerable. They can concede goals from set pieces.
Yes.
Did we not see that against Valencia?
No, even Real Sociedad. Oyazabal, I think, scored 2.
Exactly.
Yes.
Guess who are the set piece kings in England?
No, Magalhaes is not there anymore.
He doesn't have all the goals.
Merino has the aura.
Yeah.
Aye.
Did you see what he did against Chelsea, bro?
What did he do?
He's got from a corner kick. Goddammit, that's what I'm saying. Like, we score from set pieces as well. Yes. They seem vulnerable at the back. Their defense is not the best. My boy, Bukayo Saka, is back. He's going to absolutely toast them. I know they keep telling me, Vinny Jr., Mbappe this, Vinny Jr. that, Valverde this. Have they made Declan Rice? Have they?
You cannot. Bro, end the episode.
No.
Don't, please. Don't, please.
Wait, Brian.
Please.
Hold on.
No, Nyaash.
Relax.
The echelon of football. You dare mention the likes of Saka alongside Mbappe and Vinny Jr.? How dare you?
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Yes.
Don't get too sensational because you're not there. I know your team is not there, so you're trying to get sensational for Madrid.
I've won it thrice. Continue.
Try to get sensational for Madrid.
In a row.
Not in a row. They never did that. Talking about Manchester United when
Continue. You're giving us comparisons.
They have never met Bukayo Saka, have they? They have never met Declan Rice, have they? Well, there's Vinny Jr. Has he ever met Jurgen Timber? Oh, there's Mbappe. Has he ever met Saliba? Oh, wait, he has. What happened? Got his ass goddamn pocketed, was he not?
He was at PSG.
Well, still, same player.
He was at PSG.
Got pocketed. Have they ever met Louis Kelly, bro?
I'll tell you this.
No, honestly, it's like for like bro.
I like that.
Yeah.
But guess what? Guess what is happening later on tonight once this episode is released?
What?
Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrigo will meet the likes of Jakub Kiwior. That is the one That's the one we want to meet. Why haven't you mentioned him? Why haven't you mentioned him? No, mention Kiwior.
Hold on.
Mention Kiwior.
3 versus 1. It's a gangbang.
Mention
Is
Kiwior.
this a gangbang?
Mention Mention Kiwior.
3 versus 1. It does not work like that, bro.
Mention Kiwior. Why did you mention the Odegaard?
No.
Mention the mucus flea.
No, I'm mentioning the one that matter.
Mention that one.
Mbappe is going 1-on-1 with Saliba.
No,
good luck to
with Kiwior.
Hey, good luck.
Either way.
What Kali Bomet wewe? Chezani. He's going 1-on-1 with Saliba. Garden pocketing. That's what's up.
Okay.
He has met before. He got pocketed.
Yes.
Vinny Jr., it's sour. He's a bad man. I acknowledge that. I have no problem with that.
Head to head with Timber.
Yes. He's going to feel his wrath.
Rodrigo.
Miles Lewis Kelly.
Yes.
Versus
Against
Rodrigo.
Skelly.
Well,
red card guaranteed.
For Rodrigo.
For Skelly.
Why would that be?
Red card.
Why?
Or a foul or a
Why?
penalty.
Yeah.
Because Skelly has mistakes in his game.
No, it's not the Champions League, bro. Have you ever seen him do such in the Champions League?
It's his first time there.
No.
So
He has played before in this Champions League, as you know.
He's played before.
This is
Miles
his
Lewis
first season
Kelly.
in the Champions League.
Miles Lewis Kelly 1-on-1 versus Rodrigo.
Jesus.
Game on.
Yeah.
Wakuje. Thomas Partey. Tuko naye midfield. Unafikiria tunaogopa Valverde?
And
Iko na
Partey is-
Declan Rice, bro.
Partey is used to Real Madrid, even at
Yes, he used to
Atletico.
spank them back in, is it 2009, 2010? Yeah, when Madrid were winning nothing.
Keep in mind this
Then you have Bukayo
celebration.
Saka.
Keep in mind this celebration tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham.
Oh, who are you called?
Hey, where are you go? Keep in mind this celebration.
Like,
Nyash.
but then,
Keep in mind
who's
this
stopping
celebration.
Bukayo Saka in that team?
What?
Tell me, you are a Madrid fan. Who's stopping Bukayo Saka?
Rodrigo comes to Arsenal and starts ahead of Saka.
Who?
Yeah.
No,
I
no
said it.
chance in hell.
I said it.
Okay.
He's more clinical.
So who's stopping Saka in Real Madrid side?
Falan Mendy.
He's not there.
Although there are rumors that Alaba
He's
will
not
play
available.
left
He's
back.
not there.
Although, yeah, there's been rumors on Marca reporting that Alaba will play left back.
Please.
I'm so worried.
Let him. I beg of you. Wake Alaba up against Bukayo Saka.
Yes.
Please.
I think with this Champions League fixture between Arsenal and Real Madrid, it's just a matter of defense, Arsenal's defense versus Real Madrid's offense.
And our
Because
offensive
Real
well.
Madrid are bringing in goals. They do score.
Yeah.
Actually, they win by outscoring their opponents. On the other hand, Arsenal has a good reputation of defense.
Yes.
And
Scoring goals.
yes, granted, our weakness is not scoring as much as we are defending.
Wait, I'm willing to bet we're one of the highest scoring teams in the Champions League right now. I would like someone to go check.
Only to be knocked out in the quarters.
I don't give a damn. Liverpool could be the highest scoring. Where the fuck are they?
So Real Madrid, looking at this fixture, they need to just secure at least a draw at Emirates and probably get it at Bernabeu. And on the other hand, I think Arsenal will win it at Emirates because Arsenal will win it at Emirates, honestly. And when we go to Bernabeu, it will be a matter of defense. So I don't know if by then we'll have additional players as far as injuries is concerned.
I think the only guy who could be back then could be Calafiori.
Which is good. Which is good for the team.
Yeah.
Let me ask you Arsenal fans a question.
Yeah.
We've seen atmospheres affect teams before. Like we've seen the fact that Highbury was a good stadium for you guys. Old Trafford was a theatre of dreams. Anfield has been rocking day in, day out. That Santiago atmosphere. If you firmly believe Arsenal will win tonight, by how many goals do you need to win to take to Madrid, to Cup? By how many goals?
So worst case scenario, I see 2-0.
I need
Worst
me a-
case scenario.
No, 2-0, Nyash.
2-0.
I need a 3-goal man.
Real Madrid are
three.
conceding goals,
At the
Brayo.
three. At the
Real
three
Madrid
I need a
are
three-goal. At the
conceding
three.
goals.
I thought you asked by how many
And
we
that's
should.
3.
Yes.
3.
3, because 2 are not enough.
You'll win 3-0 to take to the Bernabeu.
No, we can do 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
long
can
as
do
we
4-1. Why
are
not? Why not? You see, I don't know if these guys who we have ever been to such an atmosphere as the one that is at Santiago.
And that is the
I know
problem.
there was Allianz Arena, which is
That-
also
you see?
a very...
And that was a weekend Bayern side. And it took you guys to the
arguably,
edge.
yeah, you're also,
And it took you guys to
you're
the
also
edge.
meeting a weak Madrid team.
And that's what I'm saying. But the atmosphere and the heritage took over.
But you see, like, also even the guys who were, I know this is a while back when we
Yes.
beat them.
Yes.
The guys who went to
in
Santiago
02. Was
Bernabeu.
it in 02?
No, 06.
On, oh,
06.
to get to the final and lose.
Wait.
Yes.
Yes. But what class one?
When he's saying O2, he's in a jazz, he's confusing with the jazz.
I wonder. He knows
Yeah.
better. I don't know how Jabronis think.
Surely.
So, 06. If you look at the guys who are at the back, Kina Ebue, bro. These are not wild beaters. Kina Senderos. These are not wild beaters. Kina Flamino was playing as a goddamn left back.
So right now you're taking a better team to Madrid and you'll still get beaten.
Arguably,
better
a better team.
A better defense.
Maybe not a better team per se.
No, a
'cause
better defense. A better defense.
I have a question.
Arguably, I could say better.
I have a question, which goes to both of you guys. Of course, both are Real Madrid fans, and especially you as an Arsenal fan.
He's cheating.
How do you guys feel about playing players against their former clubs? In this case, we have Odegaard. Or how do you guys feel? Would you play such players against former
in Madrid,
clubs?
we don't count him as one of our former players. He wasn't good enough.
It's not you.
He wasn't good enough.
Yeah, he was. He's a former player. I think for him, it's about going back and showing like, yo, I moved from this place and I went to a better place. And
Better.
Better.
Did I stutter?
Better.
Did I stutter?
Better.
Went to a place where I'm the goddamn captain.
I'm the man.
So
You're leading them to losing.
No. I've already beaten you in the first leg. You get me? I've beaten you in the first leg, so I'm coming to cement my position now as I've moved on from you guys. Yeah, we had a good thing going on back then when you established me or you identified me, but you didn't stick to your word. So middle finger.
Fair enough. That's one blockbuster fixture that I can't wait to see happening. Another one that's taking place, of course, later on tonight is an injury-stricken Bayern Munich versus Inter Milan.
Boy.
Alphonso Davies out. I think Upamecano is also out, and Musiala is a doubt.
Yeah, he is a doubt.
The doubt.
Yeah.
So Muller will start. Hey, Muller was supposed to leave the club at the end of the season. Yeah.
Oh my
Itakuwa ngumu. But I still stick to my guns. I think Inter will get a 1-1 draw and then go win it at the San Siro. Yeah. First leg is at Allianz. Yeah. I think Inter will get the win at San Siro, but later on tonight they get a draw.
I think Inter Milan wins 1-0.
Tonight.
Oh. Yeah. You guys, when you look at Inter Milan's campaign in the Serie A, you guys have that much confidence that you're going to go through?
Reason being, they're top of the league. Yeah. I think every Big Six game they've played this season, every traditionally big team in Italy they've played this season, only AC Milan have challenged them. Because even the 1-1 draw against Napoli, they were leading for much of that game up until Billing scored the equalizer in the 90-plus game or something. Yeah. And when you look at the defensive record this season, in the Champions League, they've only conceded 2 goals in the whole Champions League.
I think they only lost once.
They've only conceded 2 goals. That was one against Feyenoord, and I don't know who the other goal was.
I think Atletico.
Yeah,
because they lost that game.
Yeah, and we saw the defensive performance they put up against City early on in the season. We saw the defensive performance they put up against Arsenal. Yeah. This Italian team, Bastoni tomorrow has a job on Hurricane. Olise will have it rough because he has to track back when Kina Di Marco and Dumfries are
flying back.
Yes. And then up on midfield, whether it's Muller, whether it's Musiala, Hakan Çalhanoğlu is there.
Yeah.
Kim Min-jae, I'm sorry for you, bro, because Lautaro and Marcus Thuram are ready to do the job.
Oh, goddamn right. Yeah. Okay. Is it Barella?
Oh, Nicolo Barella.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I honestly fancy Inter Milan to win this one.
Yeah.
Maybe 1-0.
I have them going to the final, man.
Oh, really?
Final.
I said Real. I've been saying Real Inter final all season long.
Oh, wow.
I've been saying Real Inter final.
Hey, Inter final. Inter Milan final. That would be. Yeah, beaten me once. Out of the Barcelona, man.
They will not let what happened in 2023 happen again. Definitely.
Yeah, I swear down. That's why I would want to beat Barcelona. But I think they win at Munich.
Yeah. Tomorrow, Venant, Barcelona get a proper win against Dortmund before you go to the Signal Iduna.
Yes. Yeah, it's Rafinha, Form Pale. The players have bought into Hansi Flick's style of play.
Yes.
So in terms of the process, we are playing well. We are scoring a lot of goals, and it's reflected both in the competitions we are in. We've secured Copa del Rey final. La Liga, we're about to secure it with an extra 4 points.
Yes.
And in terms of UCL, we have BVB, who haven't been reliable this season. BVB, to me, it's like Spurs-ish in a way.
Spurs of Europe.
It's like a team where, like, the game you expect them to win, they'd lose it at home like a 0-3 or a 1-3. And then versus Bayern, for some weird reason, it's a 1-1 or like a 2-1 or something.
Now, I was looking at BVB's fixtures for investors out there.
Yes.
They do play the first leg today at the Nou Camp. Is it? No, Nou Camp is still being renovated. But Barcelona, they play Barcelona away today. Over the weekend, they have Bayern in the Clasico. And then the second leg, they host Barcelona again.
Oh, shit.
There's no way they're winning all 3.
Absolutely
no way.
not.
But as a Barcelona fan, the likes of Girassi, Adeyemi, Bino Gittens, Julian Brandt, they don't really
Gittens, bro.
Scare you?
The way Barcelona plays, we like to dominate from the first minute, and we'll do that by scoring
early on.
Create chances early enough. Keep in mind, I've said Barcelona is fatiguing right now.
Yes.
Of course, so are the other teams. But specifically with Barcelona, fatigue is coming up. We've seen the 1-1 versus Betis, a game which I was sure we are winning and La Liga is ours. So there's that too, but versus BVB, we're winning this.
Okay, fair enough. And of course, finally, the most unpredictable tie in the quarterfinals.
Yes.
PSG versus Villa. PSG already secured the league, so they don't need to go gung-ho with the remaining games.
Yeah.
They're already champions of France.
Bro.
Aston Villa, should Emery prioritize the FA Cup or do what he did with Villarreal and get to another semi-final?
I think he should just focus on the FA Cup and maybe climbing the league standings. Dracula, I don't fancy him against PSG. In fact, if I was meeting, let's say PSG right now versus Real Madrid, I'll be more scared of PSG, bro.
True. The way Enrique is cooking, bro.
The things I saw them do against Liverpool.
This fixture has so many stories. Emery going back to his former coaching side. Asensio also going back. He'll be eligible to play, even though he's on loan. He'll be eligible to play. Rashford, who scored the penalty that knocked them out in 2019. Bro, it's crazy.
Goddamn. Wait, when Rashford scored the penalty, where your team Maliza wapi?
Tulipigwa na Barcelona. Tulipigwa na Barcelona quarters. Tulipigwa na Barcelona quarters. I remember the Messi finesse. I
mean, it's no cast in stone like Aston Villa are going to go through.
But as a cup manager, you back Emery. If there's one man you can back to get a results against a big side, it's Emery.
Yeah, does he have the resources, man, to stop likes of Dembele?
Yes. Now, you're saying, do it. Umeka Tyrone Mings.
Do it. He's killing it over there.
Tyrone Mings about defense.
Now they have Donnarumma at the back.
If they... Would you imagine a situation where they get it to penalties? Would Emi Martinez shithousery now come into play?
Well, there's Donnarumma as well, bro. He's a bad man.
I mean,
this tie is unpredictable.
Very much.
I'm calling penalties. I'm saying it's gonna go all the way to penalties.
Nah, Dracula, man.
It's going all the way to penalties.
Let me help you guys with this fixture. So the fans, you guys have PSG to win this fixture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both teams are perfect on form. PSG is unbeaten in their league.
Aston Villa defeats, by the way.
Yes. Aston Villa just won 7 in a row.
Yes.
So both have form going on. PSG has played Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and now Aston Villa in one Champions League campaign.
Goddamn.
So let's talk about experience, and let's talk about a team that has gone through like the tough teams.
Wait, they have only lost once to the 3?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
No one cares. Moving on.
No, just for clarity purposes for those people watching maybe who didn't
the best place number 2 in the world.
Wait, no. Which they have played, you said Liverpool, City, and Arsenal.
Yes.
3 badass teams in the Premier League. They have only lost one.
Yes.
Who was it?
Well, don't say 3 badass teams. Don't say 3 badass teams because Man City have been dog shit this season.
Anyway, it's Arsenal. So, however, with Aston Villa, you cannot underestimate Unai Emery.
Yeah.
Because Unai Emery being him and how he's gone far as this tournament is concerned, we cannot underestimate that. I've talked about form with Aston Villa. Aston Villa is one of those teams that home or away, they'll still perform. Yes, they've shown us they're still a good team versus Nottingham Forest. Those are 2 wins in a row versus Nottingham Forest. A team that is looking forward to Champions League next season.
Yep.
So don't just write off Aston. And then Aston Villa, this is the first time they're in UCL after how long?
It's been a minute.
So why not aim for the moon while you're still here? You know?
Yeah.
So for me, Aston Villa win.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't fancy that.
I'm sitting on the fence, bro. I'm undecided.
I think PSG goes through.
Undecided, man.
Over the 2 legs. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. A lot of visitings will be happening, of course, around the grounds. Villa going to PSG, Madrid coming to London. I want you guys to visit our FB page. Please, guys, we're trying to get it up there. The SportPesa Facebook page is up and running.
Yes.
You've seen our Twitter, you've seen our Instagram. We've been announcing the winners there. We've been posting predictions there. So finally get a chance to follow us on Facebook. You know, we're trying to boost up that social media courtesy of SportPesa. Moving on, of course. It is Kevin DeBruyne's last dance.
Yes.
What a lackluster performance in the derby.
Bana.
Anyway, the legs are gone. It's like the brain is still in 2017, but mwili imekataa. Mwili imekataa.
Really got 8 years ahead.
Should I start by talking about the lackluster performance from both teams or what?
Yeah.
Because
has to be the most boring.
Going into this derby, don't get me wrong, the Forest game, I remember weeks ago on Fanzone, I said after the international break, I think we'll draw with Forest, we'll beat City, and then Newcastle will beat us. The Forest game, we were very close to a draw. I don't understand how Maguire comes onto the game and has a better centre-forward performance than Højlund, but I'll get to that. I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Coming into the derby game, it's a derby. I'm not trying to be Roy Keane, but come on. This season, you've been utter shite. You just need that 3 points to give the fans something in a derby.
Yeah.
We all saw how Everton turned up in the derby at Goodison Park. Forget Anfield. At Goodison Park, they turned up and got a draw at least.
Good one, yeah.
Yeah, against the league leaders at the time.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I expected guys to turn up. Bro, right now, if I had a son, if we're watching Man United games, I'm shutting the TV off if Garnacho touches the ball. I don't want my son looking at... I don't want that happening.
No.
I don't want that happening.
You should watch it so that you know how not to do it.
Exactly.
Don't do like that.
Because right now, the only people that deserve credit right now, this season, are in my book, Mazraoui and Bruno Fernandes, all season long.
Yeah.
Looking at other players, I'd give a shout to Lenioro, whose only bad performance was against Southampton. The Sulemana guy cooked him. And also, the likes of... Okay, Ahmad as well. Yeah. And also the likes of Aiden Heaven, who's come up and
very few appearances, but
good performance in those minimal appearances.
Yeah.
Okay? And also a big shout out to Ahmad, who I had forgotten.
You said Delete as a stinker?
De Ligt has grown into the season. He started off poorly, so as well. But he's grown into the season.
Yeah.
Same case as Joshua Zirkzee. He's also kind of grown in. He's not scoring the goals, but at least he's trying to knit some kind of play.
Yeah, but goddamn score goals.
But when I'm looking at Højlund,
my favorite.
Right now I have to eat my words. I'd take Mateta right now as a number 9. I'd take him. I'd take him right now. I'd take Mateta as a number 9 for my club. I know right now we don't have the sauce to get the likes of Osimhen and Demman, but I think in the summer we'll go for a Delap. I can see us spending 40 million on them.
Go for a Liam Delap.
I can see it.
So you'll have 3 strikers?
I can see it so much. And also don't understand why Ineos, fuck you, man. Why? I also don't understand why Ineos, because during the derby I saw, I've forgotten his name, but the sporting director from Sporting is moving over to Man City next season. I don't understand why Ineos went for Amorim and yet couldn't get the sporting director as well.
Yeah.
So you go for the manager, but you let the sporting director go to Man City.
You have a sporting director right now because Dan Ashworth left.
Alichino job. So Berada is working overtime buyer. Yeah, na Jason Wilcox. One overtime buyer.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
You've forgotten to mention Kobe Mainoo, your younger bro.
But he's been missing.
He's been missing.
I mean, he was overworked in the Euros, overplayed. Came into the season with fatigue, just like Saka.
Why is he getting tired in his first season, goddamn?
Why did Saka get tired? Why did Saka get tired as well?
No.
He got tired and got injured, just like Kobe.
Saka is
shut up.
No. Hold on. Yeah. Saka is getting tired 7 years later.
What?
All right? Saka has been playing since 2018.
But last season...
Kobe Mainoo, Kobe Mainoo come through.
Last season, they nearly played almost the same amount of games. And going into the Euros, they were both starters in the England national team.
Look where he got
Coming
England
into this season, they all started each and every game.
Kobe Mainoo has only had 1 full season. Not even a full one. Has even had a full season.
Are you jealous because he's from Bukati's bloodline?
No.
Yeah.
Why that does not concern me. The Spinaruni. He can't even do the Spinaruni. Kobe Mainoo.
Yes.
When did he come through? Last season but 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then there was last season.
Yes.
And then there is this season where he's out for the rest of the season. 1 full season only, and the dude is out.
And
how old is he?
I'm not complaining. Injuries are part of the game.
Come on, man.
He's 20, 22.
Oh, he's 20. Even what? Before he gets injured.
Bro, even Kina Pedri and Yamal were getting injured at 19.
No.
Shut up.
Does he not watch
Shut
Saka?
up.
Does he not watch Saka?
Why would you watch a failure? A number 2. Why would you watch a number 2?
Mile Lewis Kelly.
Why would you watch a number 2?
Wait and see how long Mile Lewis Kelly will go before getting a goddamn injury for the rest of the season.
He's getting a red card tonight.
He's already red cards in. But
yeah, but those are not injuries ruling out for the rest of the season.
Jesus Christ.
It speaks to this.
This was a Manchester derby section. I don't understand why you're bringing number 2s into the conversation.
Has chicken bones.
Why are we bringing number 2s into the conversation?
Chicken bones from those young boys of yours. They cannot last a whole goddamn season. I don't even do like 2 full seasons.
Jesus Christ. So you last all the time, right?
We do all the time.
Wait, guys. Let's go back. Let's go back to Manchester United.
Yes. I'm done saying my piece about United.
Okay.
We can go to City, but I'm done. That was a lackluster performance considering we're at home in the derby. Yeah, it was a terrible performance. Both teams played terribly. Yeah.
What I learned from that game is you guys need at least 5 new players to
in the attack.
Yes. That front 3 replace Yote. And then
so we're talking like 3 years then.
Okay, and then when we Because with Manchester United, I've said it before on the podcast that when it comes to United, it's the Europa matches that I'm interested in.
Yes.
And
exactly.
rightfully so. You guys are still unbeaten, right?
Yeah, unbeaten in Europe.
Yes.
Lyon, we are coming.
Yes. So
the
that's
mighty have
where,
fallen.
if I was to judge, I'm judging Manchester United. That's where I'm judging you guys
Yes.
at. Not really the
league's gone.
The league. Because even when you look at the league right now, there are several teams that are better than Manchester United. So let's not focus on that. Several teams that are better than Manchester United.
12.
Okay, 12 in your case.
That's several.
12.
Is that several?
12 is not several,
okay,
bro.
That's many.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Okay, grammar coach. Okay.
So how do you guys feel about the Europa? Are you confident in your team that you guys are going to clinch something? Because this is what, like last season FA Cup, the other season Carabao. So it's like an elevation of...
Yeah, we are not allergic to trophies, unlike London clubs. But what I'll say, and I've said again and again and again, do not let us get that Europa League. I will be unbearable for the whole of June and July. Do not. Because the only test to our Europa League campaign is the semi-final tie, which I think we will face Bilbao. Bilbao will be buoyed and confident because their stadium will host the final. And Inaki Williams and Nico Williams and Guru Zeta will definitely want.
So in your mind, you already passed Lyon?
Yeah. Not in my mind, in reality.
In reality.
We've knocked Lyon out.
Woko next week.
Nico semis.
Yeah.
Nico semis. So Koshua may knock out Madrid. The Bruyne has last dance.
Yes.
What a career.
Yes.
I mean, what a career the kid had.
Yes.
What a career he's had.
Yes.
From being dunked away, from being treated like trash at Chelsea, and then going and reclaiming his name at Wolfsburg, coming back to Man City, dunking on Chelsea so many times, dunking on United. His favorite opponent is Arsenal, by the way. Hey, bro, he's had a career. Like, don't get me wrong, when it comes to Man City, I think De Bruyne loves when he sees the calendar and he sees Arsenal, and Foden loves when he sees Man United at the calendar, because those two fixtures are the fixtures them two players love. But De Bruyne has had one heck of a career.
Yeah.
He's never going. Of course, he was never going to come up the likes of Ryan Giggs and Cesc Fabregas in terms of assists and the Lampards. But it's been a stellar.
He actually has the more assists than Lampard as well. Than Fabregas still.
So he's second after Giggs.
I think he's third.
Yeah. Okay.
What we know about KDB right now is he has 6 Premier League cups, FA Cup twice, EFL 5 times, Champions League, FIFA World Cup, and Super Cup.
He's won everything.
Yeah.
Belgium don't memnyima trophy.
Yeah,
so of course, if you're Pep or something, you're advocating for a statue outside the stadium.
There has to be a statue, man.
It has to be a statue.
He actually has the second most.
Which players have statues there? Aguero has one. Company has one.
Yeah.
Silva has one.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it has to be a proper statue, like an Henry statue. Hiyo ya kina Aguero na Company. Hizo zinadungwa nini poka.
No, like you can have all the money, but does not buy you class.
Yeah, exactly. I think
can't even get class.
It needs to be a proper statue.
Yeah.
It needs to be a proper statue. And I think it's a good last dance. I mean, unfortunately for him, maybe he might not finish it with a trophy.
Yeah.
The FA Cup is still up for grabs, but you never know.
Facts.
But at the end of the day, I think you can continue praising him, but I'm putting this out there.
Okay.
He's left the club in a place where no one is ready to take up the mantle as a leader.
Yes.
Because Gundogan is past it. Bernardo clearly is past it. I've been hearing guys on Twitter say he has the most punchable face in the league this season because of the mistake he's been making.
Yeah.
And then Ruben Diaz also has been making mistakes this season as the captain. And then the one guy I want to put into question, who should be like, this is my club. I'm a boyhood kid. I was a ball boy. I was promoted. Phil Foden.
Yeah.
Former player of the season last season. Where has he been this season?
He's been pretty freaking atrocious.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's been terrible. I mean, the other guy who they have, Anapenda Pombe kuliko anything else. Like Jack.
100 million man.
Yeah. He's just taking booze and getting caught up staggering on the roads. I mean, there's no one who's taking up the mantle there because you look at all these other guys.
Who will be their leader next season even if they rebuild? Who will be the leader?
Rico Lewis?
Nah.
Gvardiol? I mean, Ederson seems like he might be on his way out, and he's also.
I think Ederson is leaving.
He's been error-prone this season. Haaland?
Rico Lewis?
I don't know, man. Like they are so lacking of leadership, and like you said,
what
Foden,
about Rodri?
Maybe Rodri. Once he comes back,
gets some good game time in the Club World Cup, and then becomes the leader.
Yeah, but I was thinking of like these young guys who would say they might grow up into the club and
Foden should have.
I think a guy who has come from their Academy all the way through, and he's not there now when they need a leader. That's criminal, and it's not like he's out injured. That's atrocious.
What's your favorite KDB moment or memory? For me, it's the games that he played versus Real Madrid, the 1-1. Was it in the semis? Where there was
that Courtois goal he scored from distance.
Yes.
Remember in the black kit? I remember that goal.
Yeah.
I remember that goal. Mine is the crossbar hit that went in against Newcastle. The crossbar hit against Newcastle. And second one is the assist to Sane in the 7-1 or 7-2 when they beat Stoke City. That crossfield ball. Little man.
The guy has scored so many goals against Arsenal. I could just cherry pick one of it. It would be a heck of a goal. So I mean, it's a brilliant watch. Arguably, like one of the best. I don't know if I've watched a better number 10. Like for such a period.
For a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a while. But right now he's left the stage. Bruno, it's time to sit on your throne.
Yes.
Moving on. Because you know the Newcastle man can't do that shit.
So
moving on, the Shujaz.
KDB has been doing Falco and Bruno is still not on the throne. Come on, man. All right.
Please, take over among the Shujaz, man.
Yeah,
Singapore Sevens was such a tremendous tournament for us.
Absolutely, man. I know that's our yard. I thought Singapore is our yard. I think it is our yard. I mean, if you compare how we've been performing in other legs, and now we did there and beaten all the way to the final.
To the final? You know, it felt like 2016, running it back once again.
And like history is going to repeat itself. Fiji again.
The final. We beat them 37 in 2016.
Absolutely.
How about repeat of the same?
Like, but, I mean, I hope that's not going to be the case when Arsenal meets Real Madrid.
Please, man,
I'm just saying.
The food is shaiva, man.
I'm just saying history repeating itself. But I mean, they had a good outing. I can't say anything bad about them.
Didn't concede a single point in all first half.
Yes. I think the only bummer is that despite us getting to the final, we're still in the goddamn relegation playoffs.
True. And I think
like,
I think the caveat to us losing that final, don't get me wrong, Fiji are a good team. Rugby is their national sport. But I think one trivia master was missing in the Kenyan Shujaz team. Otis was busy being sick. I don't know where he was. Should have represented the country. Why were you sick, trivia master?
Let me tell you. Niliona tu ama jamaa wa Fiji wanalia wakati national anthem inachezwa.
I'm
like, yeah, we are cool.
Considering we also have a Fijian born player in the country.
They were crying as the national anthem was playing. I'm like, oh my God, they got cook us. And then they go ahead and cooks us?
Yeah, but congratulations to Oro leading the team and the whole Shujaz team. These guys, they did pull their socks off.
Fantastic.
They did work their socks off. Yeah.
Who?
Yes.
We had our players who were prolific in this tournament. That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. So as much as relegation, we lost the final,
Beat France
but this is a good sign of what is to come from the rugby team.
Yeah.
This is a good sign of now what happens if we continue to cheer and support and sponsor the
Let me tell you,
Kenyan rugby
it'll not be a
team.
good sign if you don't get relegated.
True. Relegation playoffs are in LA, by the way.
Yeah. If you get relegated, then everything else is watered down.
Otis has toka kwa block.
Oh my God. Block itamshika zaidi. Itamhag zaidi. Again. So I don't think we get relegated.
Yes.
But I mean, it's a playoff. Anything can happen. But if you get the mentality we had in Singapore and take it to the LA playoffs, I think we might be back again. But you know, this is the first time we're coming back after being absent for a couple of years.
Yes.
So it's not like we're expecting to go back there and be like the top team or something.
True.
I just did not expect us to go back to relegation. So maybe next season, when you're doing the legs, then our ambition has to be don't get caught up in the relegation playoffs, because then it waters down almost everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But kudos to the rugby
They did a
team.
fantastic job.
Yes.
Good watch. Yeah.
Moving on, of course. Matters Gor Mahia.
Gor Mahia ama Shabana.
Now you've won your rescheduled game.
Yes.
1-0 against KCB. Austin Odhiambo free kick.
Yes.
Watu wakienda kunywa chai kazini ndio walikuwa wanaenda kucheza game.
Imagine.
Wewe, come
Like
on.
10 a.m.
No.
Like who reschedules a game to be at 10 in the morning?
AM.
Sasa angeka saa
Hata the
6.
kick off haikuwa hiyo time.
Walai. Like come on man.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. A lot goes in through when you are organizing a match.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not just...
You have a social duty to cater for the fans to be in attendance.
Look, Machako Stadium is not being used in the Champions League.
Boom.
So I don't understand why they can be having a game on Monday morning. Maybe wasema ati Grawi iko busy on Tuesday. There's a champ. Do you have midweek games?
Guys were already there. So you want them to come back to Nairobi and then...
So walilala uko Machakos?
Chances are they were over there. Because if the game is at 10 a.m., it means you guys were there early. So it means mulilala uko. It's just a matter of adapting to the situation.
Right.
Guys were there legally, we were there during match time. It
So
just
you've
happens.
cycled from Machakos to come to the pod.
It so happens. You're trying to be funny. It so happens, and it's possible by the. It so happens that it was the condition was so bad.
Yeah.
The pitch condition, like even when you see the pictures and stuff, like it really made sense to postpone the game. But I'm not with the Monday morning though, because
Could have been tonight. It could have been Monday night.
Wednesday
night.
It could be Wednesday, midweek, like the way we do these other games. And also, this is pressure on Gor.
Yes.
Because as of now, there's the behind the scenes that's happening with the management of the talents over there. I don't want to mention names.
Yeah.
And also, there's the pressure that is catching up to Gor as a club as far as the league is concerned. Tusker on our next year right now.
Yes.
So it's pressure right now, but we also want to see how we're gonna go through. I'm still with Gor Mahia winning
the league.
I'm still with Gor Mahia
What's up
winning.
with this thing I'm hearing is the head coach is falling out.
Is what I was trying
What is that?
to.
Ati unakopesha pesa sijui awalipi. What's going on there? Like,
What the hell?
like yeah.
Wait, what?
No, I lent these guys money.
No
like,
way.
I don't know if they did not pay back or they paid back. What's up with that loggerhead?
First and foremost, there's no evidence that happened.
But it's been reported.
These are some here.
It's
now,
reported.
Brio, if I lend you 1,000 bob, go and have lunch
Expect you
with
to sing
something.
to my tune,
Why
right?
do we need to bring it out to the media later on? That was
No.
our own thing, going on. That's what I'm saying. I'd like to see how Gor will play despite the off-pitch drama and also the pitch, literally, Machakos drama that was going on. And we're still going to win. We're still going to win.
Do you think Shabana have a chance of winning the league? Considering the top three right now, Kenya Police, Tusker, and Gor Mahia have to play each other.
Yes.
You guys may take points off of each other.
Shabana, what? 40 points?
Shabana are on 40 points while Kenya Police are on 49 at top of the day. So that's 9 points.
When you have 7 games to go?
And you three guys have to play against each other.
You have 7 games to go.
Yeah. I backed you guys, by the way.
That's why we lost.
You're the,
Oh my
again,
God.
Mko number 2.
You backed
Nyash,
us.
every team you support is always number
backed
2,
us.
Nyash.
You
have
backed-
some shame.
you backed
every
Tusker.
team you
You're the
support
goddamn jinx.
ever number 2.
And you still supported, even despite being number 2.
Yeah, and he still
And you still.
No, I backed them because I knew Ryan Wesley Ogam.
Yeah, there is a
lethal
lie,
in
yeah.
front of goal.
there is a
What's
lie.
happened to him?
Yeah, there is a lie.
But it's a good thing you've mentioned Shabana
Yeah.
because, guys, Shabana has one of the biggest fan bases in just the league.
Yeah.
Yes.
They went over to Gusii Stadium on the weekend. 3-1 versus Bandari. That was one of the best performances I've seen from them.
Yes.
Guys, watch Shabana FC. And also, their fans, I hate to say this, but their mafans wako wengi hata kushinda wase wa Gor. In terms of attending the stadium. Put it this way. If a normal ticket is what, 200 bob?
Yeah,
If you're raising 2 million from tickets alone, how many fans are those?
exactly.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fans.
Like 10,000.
And I have to give kudos to SportPesa for making
They
the team.
They knew where to support.
investing on
They
the
knew where to
team.
invest, yeah.
The fan bases now, the games are entertaining to watch. That game was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And Shabana have a brighter future as far as the league is concerned.
Yeah.
Fan bases, they have the huge fan base that will go all the way from Mombasa to Kisii.
Yeah.
Support them.
Their style of play is now improving. Like you can actually attend the games. And also the ability of now the SportPesa and also to invest in the club to make the club now look like a proper team.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with Shabana
Pioneering
this
in the
weekend.
mascots thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
So
something new.
We're looking at Gor doing some things in the team. We're looking
Yeah.
at Shabana doing some things this season.
Yeah.
Muranga Seal. I'm not saying anything, but Muranga Seal bana. Unajua hiyo kitu mmevaa hapo mbele yenu.
Najua, I don't know how true this is. I had heard somewhere that Muranga were being coached by a goddamn MCA.
Wow.
Is that right?
Bro, side hustle muhimu.
Wait,
Side hustle muhimu.
it wasn't an MCA while he was coaching.
Wait,
Come
no.
on.
Side hustle muhimu.
I had this.
It wasn't an MCA. It wasn't an MCA while coaching.
That's what I'm saying.
Ah,
And like I
come
said, I
on.
don't know if it's true. But I heard.
Hey, generational wealth, risk taking.
You don't build generational wealth by getting a goddamn. You get me? Like, but yeah.
What can you say
maybe
about
that's why.
Tusker then? Because you're pointing, by this episode has been pointing fingers at other clubs. What about Tusker?
What about me? I'm not where Muranga you are.
Are you guys jealous because you don't have any reputable leader who's
Yo, bro.
What a shot.
Why would I care about having a reputable leader when I'm in bottom half? And he got second in the league and I don't have a reputable leader. I'm fine with that. You can have all the reputable leaders.
What matters is the league table.
Yes, absolutely. You have a reputable leader and go argue with him in the relegation playoff. That's fine with me.
So, speaking of tables, of course, the FPL is, heating up. Mimi, I officially resigned, or is it quit? Or is it
retired?
Give up your game.
FPL fired.
But why are you giving up in a week where you could use your double game, your triple captainship?
What would he help me with when Salah is blanking week in, week out?
Salah's just blanked once in I don't know how long.
Thrice now.
Yeah, but when you look at how he's been giving us a return of investment throughout the season, you cannot blame on Salah. Actually, Salah is on FPL and he plays himself on FPL. So pekendo tunaumia hata yeye.
Newcastle are playing on Monday.
Yeah,
they're playing Leicester City away. Yeah. So with the Newcastle fixture, Pale, I have Harvey Barnes. And if Isak will be back, keep him. And when you look at the defense, Pale, I'd look at Hall.
Lewis Hall.
Is
he not out for the rest of the season?
Or I don't know who's playing in this position, but the
Livramento.
Livramento.
Yes.
Livramento. Look at him as you prepare for the double game week.
Correct.
Also, blank game week 34. So after these two double game weeks, there's a blank week, game week 34. That's another week to use the chip. That's another week to use the wildcard. That's another week to plan ahead as far as saving up your free transfers is concerned. Now, as of Palace, because I've talked about Crystal Palace, they have back-to-back double game weeks. As in, they have 4 games in 2 weeks, in a fortnight, yeah. So keep the Palace players that you have, the Kina Mateta and the likes. Isen Mateta will be a good cover-up for that double game week. And also you could consider your assistant manager cheap for the Crystal Palace manager. As of people to keep Rogers, Palace assets, keep Newcastle players, keep Nottingham Forest players. They still have good fixtures going on. As of buying, this is where now I concur with Nyaash as far as Saka is concerned. You get Saka on the team right
very
now.
fast.
And also when it comes to City, if you need somebody to score goals, maybe Marmoush. Yeah.
Okay, best FPL manager.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So basi trivia master ako na sauti leo. Unajua
He trivia bana. Hey, thank God he's back.
I think guys, I'm going to be very honest. HR, I think Byron is the best trivia master ever.
Yes,
I think
Because
I
when
agree.
Byron asked those questions, I was busy chopping them up.
He's easily the worst we have ever seen. We don't need him here for the trivia. God damn it.
Watu kunja wananiuliza, kwani you know Biggie? Yeah, I'm surprised. Trivia.
From the voice alone.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go. Messi wore the number 30 at the start of his Barca career, but is now synonymous with number 10. Which other number did he wear for Barca?
No way. No, it's me.
Ni wewe umepointiwa.
19.
Correct.
Yes.
Shit, that was so easy.
With 162 in total, which player has the most Premier League assists?
Assist you said. Gigs.
Correct.
Nana masikio amevaa suti, masikio zimepotea.
Question 3. How many Champions League titles did Gareth Bale win the Real Madrid?
Niwe kwanza.
It's yeah. Oh, it's me, goddamn. 4.
Nope.
5.
Correct.
Yes. Wait, what's happening?
I'm sick.
Hey, are you participating?
The buzzer is working.
Then question 4.
Yes.
Which football manager has cost the most to sign?
Yeah.
Which football
Cost
manager
the most
has?
to sign? Like going to the club.
Mourinho.
Nope.
Simeone.
Nope.
Shit.
Can you repeat the question? Because I just guess swali vizuri.
Which football manager has cost the most to sign?
Pep.
Nope.
Graham Potter.
Nope. You'll never get it. Julian Nagelsmann.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
So where?
Ain't nobody gonna get that.
What's your problem?
Ain't nobody gonna get that.
What's your problem?
Final
one.
Venant is leading.
Bana.
Final one.
In Baza.
How much did Real Madrid pay to sign Jude Bellingham? A.
Let him say.
Let him say.
Let him say. Start the options. 130 mic, bro. Do you want the currency as well? Mm-hmm. I'm too good. You know that currency. 130 mic. Nisha Sema. You know my mouth? Yeah? What?
Sit back. I just pay options.
Hell no.
Give us the options, please.
A. 81 million euros. 88.5 million euros. 92.3 million euros. 104 million euros.
C.
Dollars.
92. Nope.
Yash is just guessing right now.
No.
It makes no sense for him to. You have to tell us the answer now.
Let me jibu.
Sujibu.
88 million euros. 88.5.
I told you he's guessing. I told you he's guessing. I told you he's guessing.
Wake up, tie
I told you he's guessing.
It's 2-2, yeah.
I told you he's guessing.
It's 2-2.
Okay.
Arsenal fans, my God.
Let's go. Give me the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Tiebreaker.
Can I participate?
No, sit back.
Kevin Keegan
Jesus.
won the Ballon d'Or twice while playing for which German club?
Hamburg.
Correct.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm the goddamn cool.
Imetoka kwa roho. Imetoka kwa roho. Hey, nani wako na effect? Couple effects. And just don't tear up. You've cooked. Hey, God damn it. Yash, you're chefing it up. The Pogba, the three. No. Ice in your veins. God damn. God damn it. Oh my God. Never in my life have I ever witnessed a blockbuster performance like that.
Wow.
God damn, bro.
Man of the match.
You're blessed to be in my
Pod
presence.
of the
Oh,
man.
God damn it, man. No, man. I have to acknowledge you in the presence of greatness. That was a good win. That was a good goddamn win, man. Aye.
That's what I said.
God
the
damn.
best, what do you call him? Trivia master that we have ever seen. Don't bring back this guy. This guy finished about a 3 piece of L. No.
God damn. It's been an amazing episode. I'm glad to be back. Glad to see you, Nyaash. Glad to see you, Venant. But before we leave, I do want to remind you, 2G Amini Season 2 is on. Of course, kuna gold category, silver category, bronze category. All you have to do is post your talent on 2gamini.co.ke. Wasewa Central, website ishafungwa. Right now we are focused on them, man, from my ends. Yes. The Western people, it's your time to shine. Na msisahau, bado kuna ile cheza dimba where you get to scout, young talent from the grassroots and they get the 250 annual sponsorship courtesy of SportPesa. 2Gamini Season 2 is on. Remember to visit 2gamini.co.ke and post your talents. Up until next time, Brian Waudo, the loser of today's trivia. I have to accept it. I've performed like my club today.
Been finessed.
Venant, best field manager in town.
Nyaash, the Jabroni Slayer, the trivia master, representing millions and millions of
Acknowledge me.
Arsenal fans. So, if you've ever doubted my skills in trivias, now you have no option but to
Acknowledge.
acknowledge me.
Yes, my tribal chief.
Yes.